Hey everybody, got another video here for you. For something like this, I usually mark it out on the front and drill a pilot hole, and then drill from both sides using the pilot hole as the guide. But this time I marked it out on the front and the back and punched it on the front and the back and didn't use the pilot hole, and they met up perfectly, and I think it gets you better overall, more accurate results doing it this way. Okay, it's all drilled out and stuff, and now it's time to route it. And the routing strategy is I've marked out these two lines here, which you can barely see. But yeah, I've marked out the 5mm edge on both sides of the cavity that I want to leave. And I'm going to hand route from this drill hole. Let me zoom it back out. I'm going to hand route from here to here, staying between these two lines here. And then I'm just going to route a channel up to the kill and route a channel back to the jack. And I'm going to pretty much take out all this material in here. And but these have been drilled to like within 4mm of the face of the guitar for mounting switches. These were drilled to only, so it still has 6mm of thickness on the front for more strength. So I'm going to bring it all down to this same depth as this 6mm thickness front for these channels here. And I've got a really short, I think it's only like a 1/4 inch depth cut, template following router bit in the router, just hand trim router. And the idea is I'll freehand with this thing, maybe 2mm deep or something, and 2 or 3mm, and just kind of outline this shape more or less in these channels. And then as I drop it a couple mil at a time, the following bit or the following bearing on this will follow my previous cuts and give me a nice clean looking channel, except for maybe the very first millimeter of it might look a little rough, but it gets you pretty good results that way. I mean, I was considering putting in something larger and setting up a fence and or maybe even making a template, but it's just a one-off guitar, so no real point in a template. And there's not a whole lot of room to attach more wood as a fence or a guideline or anything, so I'm just going to freehand it. So now I drop this thing a couple millimeters to cut a little deeper, and as I drop it, this bearing here above it will follow the channel that I've already cut all along here, and I'll end up with a pattern that'll look pretty much like that and kind of rectangular and so on and so forth. And it'll all, everything from the next cut down to, I'm going to cut as deep as these, it'll all be uniform walls, even though I'm only cutting 2 mil at a time. And you've already seen the first pass, so you don't need to see more passes. I'll be back in a bit. So here it is after the second pass, and as you can see, it replicates the first pass pretty nicely. So I just do one or two more passes and I'm done. And there it is, all done, all nice and routed out. Kill button goes up here, channel for the kill button wires. The pickup wires will come into this channel someplace along here. Then they all go down here, and plenty of room to connect things together if needed, and plenty of room for the switches in the pot. And there's the jack has been revealed, so to speak. So yeah, I can always open this up a little bit more if necessary in order to get it all the proper pins, but that's pretty much it. And yeah, this is the first time I've ever done like a rectangular full control panel area, control cavity, I guess you would call it, and see if it makes life any easier. I was thinking that on this one, I might do, since it has the bars here and doesn't have anything swinging around like that on the back, the springs will be over here for the trem. So since the cover will be like here and go around the bars or something, I was thinking using the black 2 mil pick guard material and mounting it using black tuner screws. Okay, this thing's all ready for sanding, and just one little thing I want to do before I sand it, final sand it, and then off to the paint shop. I want to punch some marks, like at the intersection of the center line and the bottom of the neckline, and the center line and the saddle line, and bottom of the neckline and the center line at the back, and someplace down here at the center line. Help me reestablish where I'm at once it's gone through the paint shop, just in case I have to. For like, lining up where the center line is for laying out pickups or whatever. So I'll be doing the basic sanding with the detail sander and like 60 grit, and I'll just hit up all the faces and round all the edges and all the corners. And then I need to install the inserts for the bridge posts so that I can mount the bridge up or mock up where the bridge goes and figure out where the body needs to be notched for the trim block and for the bottom part of the whammy bar. And I actually left an extra 5 mil of beef back here at the back end just so I'd have more material to work with when carving away. So yeah, now I'm going to sand and I'm not going to film it. Okay, it's been sanded everywhere to 60 grit, and now it's time to put in the inserts. And then mark out where it needs further shaping and for the trim. I think that's going to do it for this video. So, until the next one, everybody, have a good one.